Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon, I should say, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Orange Empire Conference Flag Football on SportsNetUSA.net. Albert Robles to the left, Mark Pavlovich, Neyland, and we are happy to bring you exciting Orange Empire Conference Flag Football with Irvine Valley coming into Cypress College, and they'll be in the first game versus Golden West. They're both 0-1 in the OEC. Irvine Valley is 9-2 overall this season, and Golden West 4-4. Mark, it should be an exciting ball game.
Well, it's a game that you can see there are a lot of points scored, Corey, or it's that game that, and there have been 76 victories so far in flag football. So it's that difference on it. And look, this is not the old flag football of Corey Neyland and I, where you one alligator, two alligator, three alligator, and rush the quarterback. And it's no grabbing and clutching while you're running down the field like some people do when they play flag football. No kickoff. The offensive team will have the opportunity to pass or run the football. There is no blocking by the offensive line, which is the center. And there is no flag guarding either. So when you're running down there, I know most of you, when you played the game, used to stick your hand in the way of the person trying to grab the flag. You cannot do that. That is a penalty. Here on SportsNetUSA.net or wherever they play. 3C2.
And at center with the snap is Crystal Cervantes. Quick throw to the outside, hitting Maya Hunter. And that's almost a first down. Are they going to give her the first down at the 20-yard line? They don't, just short. So it'll be second down here. That's 12 minutes on the clock, 13 seconds gone off. The quarterback is Kayla Chapel. She's a sophomore from Ramona High School. The up back is Maya McKenna. There is the snap. Another throw this time to the far side. And hits a wide open Emily Harris. Flag down. And that was taken by Ella Feldhouse on the outside for Golden West.
Corey, it's interesting. Some of the teams will play a zone defense. Some will play person to person. Some play cover one, cover two, and even zero defensively.
Another throw, wobbly, but over the middle once again is Maya Helmer. Helmar out of Newport Beach High School gets the connection and is now second down on the field. Emily Harris on the far side is wearing number 14 for Irvine Valley. Allison Flagella wearing number 3 also on the far side. Near side is Helmar, who caught that last pass, and 21 is Marisol Gongora. There's a hike one more time. Chapel gets enough room on the interior, misses. Guarded by Omari Webb.
And Corey, it was a hesitation move on her part. She double clutched. She had her originally open on the first attitude. She decided to let her go a little deeper into the defense. The receiver slowed down. The pass was there. They did not run through the ball.
Abby Quinlan will be the rusher, but here comes Amari Webb instead on a blitz, and that is knocked away. Pass broken up by Feldhouse one more time. She wears number 14, Quinlan 6. 19 is Amari Webb out there in the green. On the near side, Madeline Meta, Kennedy Bow on the top side, along with Jocelyn De La Torre. Another pass, has a little bit of time. There's 3-1,000, 2-1,000, and floated up and caught. An excellent catch by Helmar. First down at the 40.
And as you watch there, all you can do, you can't block. You can step in front of somebody, but you cannot block your opponent. That's to slow them down. And when Corey said a blitz, Corey, that's when the down person does not hesitate on the rush.
Another quick outside, and Gongora has it hit her chest, incomplete, and falls to the ground. And Mark, so what you're saying basically is like the MC Hammer dance back in 1992. You can't touch this. You just got to stand in front of it.
That's it.
But nobody's wearing parachute pants, so a second down. They got to get to the 24 first. Here's Chapel. One more time. Quick pass, and Flagella laterals. And she laterals to Maya McKenna and picks up about 7 yards. Now it'll be third down, need to get to the 20. And Mark, you know the rules. It's not third down and 10. It's not third down and whatever. It's third down. You got to get to the 20.
20. Yeah, you got the field marked out, 40, 20, 10s. You've got to make it to the adjacent line in front of you.
Chapel pass interference, no flag. There is a flag. It's going to go on Feldhouse, just a step too early on Harris. Chapel was a step slow on the throw. And it's going to be marked off. And again, it's still third down because they have to make the 20. The referee is Kim Bly, and the white hat left, or L1, is John Guerrero. L2 on the near side is Freddie Alexander. So it's going to remain third down. No automatic first down.
But they do replay the down.
Of their own Saddleback, College Classic. But that was Cypress all game. Cypress scored fairly early on in the first half, and then Saddleback got on the board literally within the last 2 minutes of the second half, and then we went into overtime, and it went into like the third possession of overtime between the two teams. Cypress failed to score on their first possession, they went first of the third possession. Then Saddleback got into the end zone with a 1-point try and won the game. I think 8-7, I believe it was final, or 9-8, something like that. I can't recall specifically, but it was a tight game. Cypress should have won that game, in my opinion, but Saddleback able to really come up with some good late defense in overtime to come up with a win.
So, Corey, they did throw a flag, which gives the offense a first down.
Okay, so it's not a spot foul play up to the first down. So now they have 4 opportunities to get to the goal line and score a touchdown 20 yards away.
And now the officials are going to talk to each other again.
Because really there's 3, and we'll go over that a little bit later. So it is first down from the 20 of Golden West. Irvine Valley with the ball. Chapel throws deep. There's Gongora wide open. Touchdown. That is 6 on the board from Chapel to Gongora.
And now there's the opportunity to go for a single point for Irvine Valley, or they can go for 2. We'll see what the coach calls.
There's a hike. Chapel 1 to the outside, and there's Harris. Thought she was going out of bounds. Stutter stepped and incomplete. So the score stays 6-0 in favor of IVC.
And you will see, Corey brought it up, that there was a lateral play. You'll see a lot of that from the quarterbacks out there. I mean, a quarterback can toss the ball backwards or to the side of them to another player who's behind the line of scrimmage. In doing so, though, Corey, which I think we'll see in today's game, then the quarterback becomes eligible. So I could pitch it to you standing right next to me, and I could go downfield. It will be up to somebody to pick me up on a pass play. Chicanery in flag football.
Ella Feldhouse, the slinger for Golden West sidearm, and there is Kennedy Bowe with the reception. Flag grabbed by Berlin Barraza. So Bowe and Jocelyn De La Torre on the near side, 1 and 7 are the team's leading receivers. Amelia Villegas is on the far side for the Rustlers. Feldhouse, another quick throw to Bowe. That's her second reception, and she gets past 3 people, actually 2. Flag down and grabbed by Maya McKenna near side, near us. This will bring up third down and 40 to go.
And Corey, what's interesting, when you watch the defense by IVC, go ahead.
Actually, it's first down because they got past the 20. Sorry, go ahead, Mark.
That's okay. When you watch the defense, watch the defensive backs if they're playing in a zone or they're playing person to person, because they're playing loosely back there.
And as you see, Kennedy Bowe is the target. That's her 3rd reception brought down by Gongora, short of the 40. bring up second down. Feldhaus sees her favorite target. Kate Ross with the snap. Back blocking is Elise Martinez, or excuse me, Marquez. Is one blocker, the other is Jazzy Beisner. Little sidearm throw down to the knees is De La Torre right at the 40, so that'll be a first down. Kennedy Bowe out of Los Alamitos. Former Griffin Feldhaus, the quarterback from Canyon High School. We'll get the laser defenders in just one moment. Feldhaus looking at her left wrist, waiting for the call. Bowe and De La Torre come to the near side. Hike to Feldhaus. No rush. Plenty of time. Little 3-yard completion given chase was Sarah Johnston from Villa Park.
And again, your quarterback can take off running if she wished to. It's not like the old days when we played the game. It's that different version of flag football. There are no real restrictions, Corey, on the amount of players and what they can do.
Pretty much everyone is eligible, and playing the safety is Maya Helmar, who had 2 receptions on offense for the Lasers. On the near side, playing quarter, if you will, is Maya McKenna. Far side is Emily Harris. Here's Feldhaus, quick rush. Evades traffic. Johnston giving chase. Sidearm wide open is Kate Ross, and we mentioned it, actually you mentioned it just now, as Kate Ross is the snapper. And she goes out and makes the reception, so that zone that they were in, Kate Ross found the place to nestle home. It's third down on the Laser side of the field. Thought it was going to be a little bit warmer. Nice little breeze here at Cypress. Rustlers as Bowe is in motion, right to left. Feldhaus. And good screening. Kate Ross one more time. Is she at the 20? They did say it's at the 20. First down for Kate Ross. It's going to say blocker, but it's a screener.
It's a screener because you can't have your arms out. You can't put your hands on the defender. You stand. It's almost like a dance partner, Corey. I mean, watch it. It looks like a do-si-do.
Yeah, because there's 3 ways you can stand it. I want to see the one who stands straight down, arm side.
Mm-hmm.
Like a do-si-do, like you said. And here's Feldhaus. Fakes the handoff, rolls right. Looking to throw, and she finds Rice one more time. Only 2 yards. Concoria is there with the pull.
And what you're seeing, Corey, when she rolls out, they're actually running a delay. So she rolls out, the center stays there. You brought it up that they're eligible. The center just stands where they're at and then sneaks out a little. And if it was 11-person football, you might say it's a delayed screen.
3 receivers to the left side. That's Gallegos, De La Torre, and Bowe. Look for Bowe underneath, and she takes off running. Feldhaus does not get far. She is tracked down there by McKenna, and it will be third down and goal.
This is the part that you get in trouble if you're the rusher. You looked at it. You talked about it, Corey. Basically, you have to go slow and see what's going on, because if you over-attack, the run play will just eat you alive.
Beisner in the middle. Straight rush. Throwing completed to De La Torre. Harris with the grab. 4th down now. No field goals, Mark. So 4th down, you got to go for it.
Well, they're wearing green and gold, and any great team in green and gold would go for it, not try to kick a field goal.
That green and gold I think you're talking about has troubles kicking field goals.
Hey, that's why they go for it.
The snap, the throw, the completion, the grab, short was Elise Marquez. And it'll be a turnover basically on downs. Possession now belongs to IVC.
I got to ask you, grabbing the flag's got to be an art form because everybody's swiveling at the hip. They're sidestepping to get away. Yeah, you can't guard the flag. But, Corey, you've got to know where that flag's going to be.
And Chapel back one more time. Thought she was going to throw it, but she throws it right up to the up ball, Maya McKenna, and she just goes up high. Flag pulled by Gallegos. Excuse me, not Gallegos, but Villegas.
And basically, that is a screen when you look at it. It's a delay. You let the rush come, you slide behind the rush, then you get the ball to the receiver.
Cervantes with the hike on the near side. Gongora, who caught the touchdown, makes the catch. Madeline Meda grabs flags and stops her right before the 20, so it'll be 3rd down. Chapel one more time. The hike, no person in motion. Thought about she's going to take off and pick up the 1st down on the run, and she scoots by Villegas. And she's down by Feldhaus.
You watch the flow of the rusher. The rusher goes to your right, their left. Your people sneak out in front on your left side. You follow the traffic like being on the 91 or the 405. If it's moving, take the lane that Corey's not.
One more time, Quinlan cuts off one avenue of throwing. That's almost intercepted. It could have been by Villegas. She was saying, knock it down. Pass intended for Flagella.
You know what? If it's 11-person football or flag football, the ruptured duck always shows up.
Chapel getting directions in the play call from head coach Sammy Logan. Logan was at Centennial High School last year, 1st year inaugural for Irvine Valley. To the far side, and she finds Flagella, pulled by Meta. And like you said, it's an art form to pull that flag. Yeah, it is, because when we played, we cheated.
We grabbed the person, then pull the flag.
Yeah, I've never played flag football when you didn't cheat, so it's nice to see some people with actual skill to play the game.
Well, I like the person who does, and it's not blocking. It's shielding McCory as we get a timeout on the field.
Yes. Oh, you want me to finish that? Orange Empire Conference Flag Football on SportsNetUSA.net at Cypress College. Chargers live next time. Score is 6-0, 2nd quarter, 2nd period, with 12 minutes to play. Again, running clock, so these move quickly. And you were talking about the blocking. They can block three
The shield,
ways.
yeah, the person actually, because I mean, in most arms down, or they put their arms behind them.
Or they can come up here to
Yeah.
the chest and cross it like the Black Panther salute.
Yeah, but the thing that's nice about it is offensive. The guys that play community college football, if they understood, if you moved your feet, Albert, you're voice of East LA. Would you not love to see your offensive linemen move their feet as well as these women do, where they actually get in front of a person who's rushing and don't have to grab somebody who's trying to run by? Look at Albert. You said, Mark, you had to say East LA, didn't you? Okay.
There's a lot of things I wish East LA
Okay.
would be able to do as a football team.
All right.
Speaking of East LA, number 19 in the JC Gridiron Flag Football's Filthy 20. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, guys.
No, that's okay. At least to give Albert something to say, well, that's a positive thought right there when it comes to football.
And that was the first poll that they had last week. I didn't check if the new poll was up. That's done by our guy Brad down at Saddleback. And
Yeah, that's why. Is Saddleback up high in that poll?
Saddleback is number 4, 14-0 overall. Irvine Valley, the team you see here in white, is number 5. Cypress, who you'll see later, is number 8. And Golden West is number 10. Third down for Irvine Valley. They scored in the first with the 8:14 mark. A 20-yard pass from Chapel to Gongora. There's a quick pass, and Amari Webb is there before the pitch, before the ladder, and it is 4th.
And what's interesting, they do declare that they're going for it on 4th down, which they do it anyway. There's no punting in this game.
Oh, but there is
And
there is punting in this game.
There is?
You can punt, yes.
And that's a great catch there by Allison Flagella for the first down.
So that's why they have to declare that.
Yes.
Okay. Because I found it interesting when they declared, I thought, okay.
There is punting, but not a lot of punting. Chapel converted on the fourth down. Looks left, throws right. Gongora over the middle. Amari Webb is there for the stop of the Matador from La Mirada. Webb, when they played Cypress in their first game, in the first game, they lost 20-2, but Amari Webb, she had 6 tackles. And there's Flagella one more time. They like her on that left side. And failed Haas, not House. So we're going to change that tackle to FG's flag grabs.
There you go.
Need something better, though. We got to come up with something catchy for the next one. Again, Cervantes with the hike. With the snap, they're going to say on to Amari Webb. Almost, was it offside in the encroachment?
Yes, it was.
They call, throw that flag, and there's a throw over to Gongora. It's not going to matter because there is that flag thrown. She was in that neutral zone.
She was doing the cha-cha on the band and quit playing. So it was that thing where, you know what, you're out on the dance floor by yourself. Everybody knows you wanted that next song.
So they walk it up. It's still third down, so they need to get to the 20 for the first. Number 13 is Leilani Garcia in green. She checks in for the first time. Harris and Flagella left side. Helmar and Gongora on the right. Looks for Helmar. Does she get to the 20? She does, and it is first down. Blazers looking to score one more time. Abby Quinlan checks in for Garcia as the rusher. So 3 on the near side. Helmar, Flagella, and Harris. Gongora alone on the right. McKenna stays in to screen, and they're looking for Gongora one more time. Excellent coverage by Madeline Meta. Incomplete.
Meta, what she did, Corey, she undercut the route, so made you throw the ball further, where actually, when you watch a lot of these passes that go on, especially the long ones, they're floated. Very few of them throw that line drive to a receiver. So if you're floating the ball, if you take the float area away, you're not going to be able to come back and get that reception.
Helmar joins Gongora on the far side, looking left and over the middle, caught by Flagella, incomplete, as Jocelyn De La Torre broke it up.
And that's one of the few times, Albert, when you really watch this play, we talk about how this isn't really a physical game. But in that play, it's a defensive back running through a receiver, not a tackle, and it's allowed.
So third down, need 4 to score. Chapel looking to loose one, looking to the left side. And Quinlan was there, had it tipped, looking for Harris on the out route. And fourth down.
You know what that move looks like? That move looks like when you and I pull up into a donut shop. We think we're going to get the donut, then we back away. We think we're going to get the donut, we back away, and then we come up short every time and get a donut.
We have never gone to a donut shop, Mark, to back away. If we go to a donut shop, we're only getting donuts.
Okay.
That's exercise you're talking about.
They need to get this player, they'll have a donut. There's a flag, or should be.
Chapel over the middle one more time, and it's up in the air. Caught Flagella. Is she in the end zone? No, just short, but there is that encroachment. So they're going to get to replay that down.
What you love about that play, Corey, it's a receiver that goes up with her hands and catches the football. Doesn't look like she wants to cradle it. She wants to embrace the football, and that's what you would like most receivers to do, no matter who they play for.
And Allison did just that. So it'll remain fourth down. But again, they have to get into the end zone. They're already up 6-0 with 7:51 to play in the second. Flagella, Harris, near side, far side is Gongora. Helmar in the slot. Cervantes the snap, the hike to Chapel. Again, over the middle one more time. They've got her in the end zone. Touchdown one more time, and that is Hilmar for 6.
You like the way that a quarterback will lead a receiver to the ball. So you're going to say you're going to take 7 steps to get there. You're going to throw it out 8 steps in front of the receiver, which makes them run to the ball. They cradle it and then bring it in. Passing attack so far from IVC is dynamic.
And the extra point from the 3, so they're going for 1. Looks right, throws left, up in the air one more time, up, and that is incomplete. Broken up by De La Torre. Score is now 12-0 Lasers over the Rustlers on SportsNetUSA.net.
Corey, you'd love what De La Torre did on that. De La Torre locates the football. When it is thrown, then she puts her hand up after locating it to knock it away. That's what most defensive backs should do. They do not do it when they play the game. Like you always say, knock it down. If you can't catch it, knock it down.
7:46 to play in the second. 12-0 Lasers. Villegas near side, along with Marquez wearing number 12. Far side is De La Torre and Bo. Feldhaus again, sidearm throw. Villegas with the catch. Harris with the grab. Oh, excuse me, that's Gongora with the grab.
Corey, I've got to ask you about her motion because she comes down from the side on almost every pass, doesn't she?
Yeah.
And it almost looks like it's a sidearm or a submarine.
It's definitely a sidearm, but she's delivering the ball. You know what we should have done? Should have kept stats. Sorry. No touchdowns for Feldhaus. Again, another sidearm delivery. Was Harris there early? She was there early. They were looking for Villegas one more time.
Yeah, you watch her back there. She goes back. Her arm is up, and then she drops her right elbow and tucks it into her body. When she tucks it into her body, it flattens out the arm where she literally, like Corey said, literally comes from the side, and she puts a little zip on that ball.
And again, Kate Ross is the snap. Everybody's eligible, as we saw their last possession. Beisner up front, screening, and that's good enough for a first down. So the next first down, they need to get to the 40, just in front of us. No handoff, but she decides, no, does not keep it. Instead, Bo on the outside, dancing on the sideline. Flag is taken by McKenna. McKenna on that far side with Hilmar, with Barraza. All right, number 7, deep safety is going to be Flagella. Gongora in front of her. The rusher will be Sage Samuel, 22, and Emily Harris, you see 14, is the near side defensive back. Bo and Marquez switch sides. Bo now in the slot. Snap. Feldhaus looking, and she is sacked by Sage Samuel. Sage, the corner and linebacker from Villa Park. She gets the first sack of the game.
Corey, I think it's interesting that when you look at Golden West, I don't know, it looks like their quarterback is much closer to the line of scrimmage than IVC, or is that just an old guy's eyes?
Oh, beats me.
Okay.
Allergies, I can't even see. Here is Feldhaus. She keeps it. Feldhaus at the first down marker at the 40. She gets it. And she's stripped by McKenna. And that'll be a first down. She was decisive on that, moving to the left side. 5:46 in the second. So as we look, as Kate Ross, triplets on the near side, Villegas, Marquez, and De La Torre. With the snap, she's looking left, right. Decides, gotta keep it now in front of the line of scrimmage. Samuels takes it from behind, and she's been a disruptor. Head coach for Golden West is TJ Fenton. founder, head coach of the OC Bolts, a high school national flag football team. Also the Los Alamitos offensive coordinator. Offensive coordinator and former Southern Utah quarterback. Also coached at Southern Utah. Here's Feldhaus. One more time. No moving. Bo with the spin, but Gongora, who has a touchdown earlier in the first, makes the stop there, and it is third down.
And you could hear the calls from the defensive coordinator from IBC calling it a thunder run attack.
Got to figure out, because that's a nice run attack. That's a good name. Villegas Marquez. Bowen De La Torre on the far side. High snap. Feldhaus going deep. And coming back for the ball is Jocelyn De La Torre to snatch it out of the air over Maya McKenna. And first down and goal. Called it from almost the 12-yard line.
Tell you what, if you don't come back, that's an interception. She adjusts her route and comes back to the ball, makes her quarterback look great.
So 5 in the route, and there's Ross, her third catch of the game, and nice sidestep on the outside. As Barraza snatches the flag, and they are close, 5-6 yards to go.
You know, with the footwork all these young ladies have, I bet you they're all great at double dutch. I know us three couldn't do it.
Well, speak for yourself.
Oh, I'm not talking about like double Dutch chocolate cake. I'm talking about rope.
Yeah, no. Speak
Oh,
for
okay.
yourself.
All right.
Feldhaus thought about going, but stepping out and saving her there is Barraza saving a spinning touchdown. Beisner was going to roll into the end zone. So, Albert, when you see Golden West out here playing, they need a score with 2:47 to play in the second. You think they go back to Kate Ross?
You got to go with what works.
Ross steps back. Samuels with the rush. Ross delivers. Feldhaus takes it to the end zone, stretches out. And they're going to say she doesn't get the pylon. She stepped out at the one right before the pylon. It'll be fourth down.
No. FAR official called a touchdown.
And the FAR official did call a touchdown, so it's going to be 6, and that's the head referee, Kim Bly. So we'll see if they do count the touchdown. So
Yep.
Kim Bly called it. And the FAR official is Freddie Alexander.
I mean, I guess some officials have the right to override another. I don't know how that works when you're overriding a guy who was literally, face up against the actual play, against the pylon, but sure.
He could have been trailing 12-6 is the score. Now they're going for 1 at the 3. Feldhaus leaves it for Beisner one more time, but Barraza is there.
Well, Albert, it's the other thing, too. Where was the ball? So if I'm looking at your feet and I'm not watching the ball, but the guy on the far side of the field is watching a wider view with feet and ball at the same time, that could be it, too.
Potentially.
So each extra point attempt has been declined, and 2:15 to play in the second.
I was going to ask Albert that. Albert, when you did the tournament, I mean, was it regularly where extra points are missed?
Well, at least in the championship game, that was the case. Cypress got on board with 6, Saddleback got on board with 6 late in the game. Neither of them scored an extra point until overtime, when they kind of had to score extra points in order to stay in it and potentially win it.
Because, Corey, I find it amazing. You do the little delay, you pick up the first down, but then you get down here, and nobody runs a delay, or a quarterback doesn't keep the ball and try and run it in themselves.
Different defense. That goal line defense, you're not dropping back, or you shouldn't be dropping back into coverage, and that's when you bring up those 2 linebackers up front and keep them as that great wall of defense, and hopefully one-on-one on the outside is taken care of.
Now,
That's
have you seen, because you're watching action, do you see that much variation in the defense? Because like I said, they do zero coverage, they do cover 1, cover 2, cover 3. But it looks almost like it's consistently about the same, and it looks like it's person to person most of the time.
To me, it looks like a matchup zone, actually.
Does it really?
Yeah, it looks more like a matchup zone that you're playing in basketball. Yeah, you're playing person to person, or you're playing person to person, but that you're playing person to person when they come into your zone, so you're matching up with that. Not a strict zone defense where you're just playing an area.
Okay. Because I was trying to watch it, and I'm sitting there and I'm going, okay, looks like they're playing person to person, but then they're letting somebody just leave, and that's when you get those short little crossers.
Yeah, because you've also seen them switch the defenders. When you see those crossers, we've seen a couple delayed crossers happen, but you see the one player in the middle let the player go, and that pick up, and if there's a crisscross route, you'll see the other player pick up on the outside. And it's been pretty effective for both teams.
Yeah.
So
I was going to ask you, are you impressed with the way the young women are so accurate with the football?
well, they play football. They got to be accurate.
Oh, okay.
Chapel, and one more crosser, Delmar, and the lateral, and a pitch, and there goes Emily Harris scooting down the sideline on that missed flag grab, and she goes for a touchdown, and that is a lot. We're going to say 46 yards, 44 yards, 4-6, Emily Harris. No, I'm sorry. 66 yards.
Thank you. I just looked at it. I was going to look at Corey and go,
One play, 66 yards, touchdown.
80-yard field, Corey. 80-yard field.
I missed the second 20, guys. Forgive me. And they're going for 2, so they backed it up to the 10. Chapel, left side, has Helmar, overshoots her. So the score is going to remain 18-6. 2:03 remaining in the second. This is Orange Empire Conference Flag Football on SportsNetUSA.net.
well, Irvine Valley got the ball with 2:46 to go, and you sort of thought, okay, they're going to use up these 2:46. Corey, it took them actually 43 seconds to score that touchdown. So with 2:46, they get it. They run 2 plays. They run the second play. Second play goes for that 60-yard run. And so now they've got a firm control at 18-6 in this game so far.
They come in under Sammy Logan. They beat Long Beach State, the university, 45-12.
Everybody beats them. Cypress beat them 52-0.
And
Long Beach State.
And Chapel threw 7 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's like, the beach doesn't play this game well.
Kate Ross over the middle, getting Gora with her 4th flag grab. And there's a timeout. DeMar Bowe looks to be the play caller for Golden West. The assistant coaches are also Chrissy Barone and Nick Rotherham. So
this is the game again, Corey, that I'm going to bring it up here because you watched that last play. It was a straight run. But while you're running, if you just shift your hips enough, you can keep the flag away from somebody else. Because all the belts are carried right on the hip area. That lower torso, again, this is where you watch people who look like they have dance steps when they're out on the field. Because they can turn, and she was hugging the line. I mean, when she hit right where we're at, you were basically already kissing her goodbye. When she got to Corey, Corey just was pulling a mark, getting ready to call that touchdown while she was still 40 yards out.
Harris did a nice job. Irvine is where she grew up. Woodbridge High School is where we educated. So Stacks sit on the near side.
Bless you.
Thank you, Bo. In motion. Ross. And timing not there.
Yeah, wide open in the middle, because what they did is they forced the defense to go out on both corners. When Corey tells you the stack set, everybody went to either side, and the delay was up the center. Couldn't get the ball.
1:55 in the second. Villegas and Bo switch side. Bo on the near side to join De La Torre. There's this hike again. De La Torre moving before she catches it, and she gets the flag pulled by Flagella.
If you just, I mean, I'm so amazed by the way she throws the football. She drops her hand below the waistline and flings it almost underhand. It's amazing the accuracy she has as a sidearmer.
Far side is Villegas, along with Marquez. Near is Bo and De La Torre. One more time. She decides to take off. Gongora makes her go to the far side, and Barraza pulls the flag. So another tackle by Barraza. She's got 5.
And the one thing I didn't ask, and Albert, maybe you know, is it a standard football here in flag football? Do you happen to know?
I actually have not looked into that. It looks fairly regulation, though.
Failed Haas. Marquez comes back to save her as a safety valve, and she's pulled twice, once by Flagella, a second time by Gongora.
Excellent defense by Irvine Valley. Corey, nobody left their defensive positions. They stayed at home area-wise.
And that's where you're talking about. That looked more like a zone to me. Feldhouse definitely going to run it to get the first down. Flags and still moving. And brought down by McKenna on the far side.
28 seconds to go. Corey and I are looking at each other at the clock. Okay.
So this is the part of the game where it does kind of grind in time a little bit, just due to the clock stopping after every play once you're within 2 minutes. Rest of the time it is a running clock. So it does run fast once you reach up until those last 2 minutes. And Mark asked a question. According to my research here, the football for women's flag football is a mid-size football, size 9, according to the internet.
Okay.
So don't forget other Sportsnet USA games. Well, today, Saddleback comes in to play Cypress on Chargers Live. And then next Thursday, softball, you got Cypress against Golden West at 2 p.m. You guys will be here for that. Then Saturday, April 4th, Cypress will host Palomar in softball. So first out. Clock is wound. Feldhaus looking and decides to keep it spinning, whirling, dervishing, and brought down by Sage Samuel with 15, 13, 10. There's 8. She keeps it, gets out of bounds, but there's a timeout taken with 2 seconds. They're going to put the clock back to 4 seconds. And they've got 1 play to get into the end zone, cut into this 18-6 lead that Irvine Valley has. Final timeout is the first half, as you heard. And again, after that April 4th game, football for softball. April 16th, Cypress Flag Football one more time at 4:30 versus Golden West. And that'll be Cypress. Y'all will be here for that as well.
Maybe.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Maybe, baby.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. That's
maybe.
right.
Maybe, baby.
So first down at the 20. But again, only time for 1 more play. And we'll see if Irvine Valley goes to what you might call a prevent defense.
Which prevents you from playing defense. Two
blockers in for Golden West. Now there's 3 blockers trying to And Sage Samuel whiffs on that one, comes back, and there's a throw intercepted by Barraza. Her flag is still attached, both of them. Barraza's moving. Feldhaus, the last option, and Feldhaus can't get it, and Barraza goes all the way for a pick 6. And we're going to give her 68 yards on the return. So Berlin Barraza, pick 6, 68 yards from Anaheim High School, ends the first half in style for IVC.
Yeah, an ill-advised pass, to say the least. But then when you have the sidelines as another defender, you can't tackle, but you can come up and force them to take a step to the outside. You might be lucky enough to get them to step out of bounds. That didn't happen on the play, and IVC is just rolling.
And they're going for 1 here, up by 18, a score of 24-6. This will not be a time to play. Half is over. Plus extra points are not timed anyway. So Chapel looks right, throws, and that is completed. And the extra point is good to Helmar. So that'll end the first half of play with Irvine Valley up 25-6 over Golden West. This is Orange Empire Conference Flag Football on SportsNetUSA.net.
Corey Neyland, I'm going to ask you something, because I know at my last softball game, I talked up Coach B and her basketball team and how well they have played all year, congratulated them for going to the state championships. You had the opportunity to talk to West, because Corey Neyland did pick Cypress to be in the final on the women's side. You told me that they could make the final.
Yes, I told you they could make the
So
final.
what did West tell you? Because you even wondered what happened in that game.
He said what the box score said. 25 turnovers. You can't win with 25 turnovers, and turning the ball over late in the game did not help. They were up on San Joaquin Delta, who beat them all game long, but in the end, San Joaquin Delta basically out-athleted them. So those athletes, they didn't get tired. They had fresh legs, and they won that game. And they did the exact same thing to Miracosta. I'm going to call them Miracosta because we kind of picked them to win it all. And they had that chance. They were up by 20 points in that ball game in the state finals. And San Joaquin Delta just kept chipping away, and took state. But again, Cypress had an outstanding year, and I still believe everybody at its best playing their best. Cypress was the best team in the state.
Because you'd mentioned that, and I echoed your words when you talked about it. When it comes to the OEC, though, in basketball, because I know the men and what happened, they got a lot of love over at Fullerton. But, Corey, when you look at the women's side, is this an up year for OEC women's basketball, a standard year, or a down year?
An up year.
Okay.
I mean, you had 5 teams still in it at the end. I mean, you had Irvine Valley and Cypress both make state. And then you had Fullerton with a chance to make state, Orange Coast with a chance. Well, they lost early. And Saddleback with a chance against Mount Sac. I mean, it's a great year for the OEC. Flag football as well, because they've got 4 teams ranked in one of the polls. In another poll from womenscollegeflagfootball.com, Saddleback is ranked number 15th and Cypress number 25 in those. Hope International is ranked number 13, another local product. Number 1 team, according to them, is Warner. Daytona State is number 1 on the JC Gridiron ranking. So, but yeah, Orange Empire Conference, force to be reckoned with. And they're playing 2 today because they play in a double round robin. I've never seen that double round robin, but it makes sense because you just play 1 and then you play the second half.
Mm-hmm.
People can add.
So, hey, you did really nice the second time.
Yeah, that's because I'm just making up numbers.
Okay. Albert, you've seen a couple games now. Your impression of flag football?
Still very much a work in progress in terms of the level of play, and also just figuring out like the mechanics of the game, because like this will probably be like the fourth game I've seen so far. I saw 2 games that ELAC play that I was talking them out with their scoreboard and clock operation, and of course the first game we did was at the Saddleback Classic championship game that was between Cypress and Saddleback ultimately. But there's still a lot of learning on the field going on, not just by the players but by the officials as well. A lot of learning and a lot of growing, and which also makes sense in terms of why it isn't officially sanctioned by the 3C2A. But once everyone kind of figures out how their seasons will go, what the tournaments will look like, once the officials get all on the same page in terms of the operations and officiating, then I think the 3C2A will, of course, make that official mark and say, yep, you're good to go, ladies, official.
Corey, your impression of the first half. I know we watched a little of the Saddleback, but we had something to do that night. We had a game to call. But really, now that you're calling it from a point of view, how do you judge it right now?
What Albert said, but it's going to be much quicker than that. I think this is the next burgeoning sport that's going to become popular and just something that's needed in athletics.
I mean, I look at you know me, I always look at fundamentals like in softball and talk about how baseball players don't have fundamentals. And I watch the fundamentals of the young ladies who catch with their hands. They don't try to cradle the ball. I watch the quarterbacks lead people on the field. Don't just say, hey, I'm throwing it up. You need to go get it. From a coaching perspective, and you've already talked about the defense, Corey, where you've talked about a couple different things that you've seen. I think fundamentally, the girls are at a standard, the women are at a standard, the players are at a standard much higher than I think a lot of other people who would watch this would think they would be.
Because as a coach, you're allowed to coach. You have coachable people. You have coachable athletes that you can impart wisdom to and move the sport along. That's the big difference that you can see between the men and the women playing. And this sport is taking off in abundance at the high school level. Who did I read about? The Cypress coach and his track record. We'll talk more about that in that game. But the growth of flag football allows you to have people there who didn't get a chance, who grew up playing a sport but no access to excel at the sport on a national and statewide basis.
And on top of that, for the level of talent that you're seeing so far, you see like, okay, cool, like, a lot of these ladies, definitely have a skill set. And I think that's because, like, for the season in which flag football is played, a lot of the schools have the benefit of pulling athletes from other sports. And they already have, like, a foundational athleticism built into them. It's just learning the mechanics to build on top of that athleticism.
And you mentioned, because Sammy Logan, the head coach for Irvine Valley, her dad with Coach Matt Logan, who Corona Centennial, the high school coach, she got an opportunity to play varsity football for Centennial, but she didn't have that option to play football. She played in a couple tackle football leagues and excelled at that before injuries took over, but she played basketball at Cal State Fullerton and Nova Southeastern. But that opportunity to play football at that next level, or even at the high school level, which she didn't get a chance to, flag football, but she played at varsity, but not an opportunity to continue that in college. This allows for great athletes like that to continue as well.
Well, I'm going to follow up on what Albert said, because, Albert, you talked about it. We know there's going to be soccer players from Cypress playing on their team. We know that there's soccer players from Saddleback playing on their team. Same thing may be true for these two teams. I know Corey did a little more deep dive on where the players are. And, Corey, this sort of echoes what you've always said about collegiate athletes and high school athletes. They should be multi-versatile and should play every sport. That makes them a better athlete. And personally, I think it makes them a better person, because they get to meet such a variety of individuals, because I'm not going to get to play with everybody at the college, but if I play with enough different departments of athletics, I'm going to be multifaceted knowing people. And I think it follows what you've talked about. which doesn't happen on the guy side anymore. They play one sport and that's it.
And the thing is, that's why it's going to take off a little bit quicker, in my opinion, because these are athletes that have played other sports, other situations. So this game will grow quicker. It will be something that you say there's no athletes, so I'm not about you two. But others have said they're not athletic, but that's so far from being the truth because you're pulling softball players, basketball players, volleyball players, soccer players, lacrosse players into this sport, and they bring all of those skills to make it much better and enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, and it's like basketball players coming over. Mariah Mosley for ELAC. She's on the ELAC flag football team. I don't think she's playing a whole lot now since she got injured towards the end of the basketball season, but she is rostered for that team.
Okay, see.
Yeah, and I think it's for the game of football. I think it's good because, Corey, now you're going to have families that maybe never been in love with the game of football, but now they've got their daughters, their nieces, their best friends playing the game. And if you come and watch somebody who's playing the game that you know, you get invested in the game. And I think it will help along the way. Plus, it's another opportunity to help student athletes. And as you know, Mr. Neyland, all these young players out on these fields are student athletes. And I'll tell you what, if students were to give as much energy as student athletes do, their grades, their opportunities would be greater. And yeah, that's why community college sports, NCAA sports, high school sports should be supported, because anybody that looks at athletics and says it's just athletics, Corey, they're out of their minds. There is so much more to sports than just that.
And that's the truth.
Wait a
As
minute.
we sit at halftime.
You just said I was right?
No, I said that's the
Oh,
truth.
okay, wow. Man, I just can't get any love. At 105, I'm still not getting any love.
Halftime, we sit ready to start the third quarter as Irvine Valley has a 25-6 lead over Golden West. Don't forget, your Cypress College Chargers will be on Chargers Live in the next game versus Saddleback as we sit here at Cypress College with the Orange Empire Conference flag football game between Golden West in green on your screen and Irvine Valley in white with the blue numbers.
Albert, I got to ask you something. How come the soccer field looks so great today? During soccer season, it's not that pretty. I'm gonna go talk to the soccer coaches because we need to have a discussion. What's going on here?
It's spring, baby. Everything's going to be green.
Okay, all right.
Or approaching spring. It's that time of year where everything just starts to get green.
What
Although
was
I'm
it?
pretty sure there's still water yet in the off games when we're not.
You know,
here.
What's that song?
it's nice out here, guys, with the easy ups, and we want to thank Wes for making sure we got one. It's very comfortable out at the field today.
Albert said it's spring again. Sorry.
You know, it's nice. It's nice to hear somebody else besides me sing.
Oh, don't let me get on the springtime. Springtime is in 3 days. No, I'm sorry. 2 days is the first day of spring. As we start the second half of play, 24 minutes of football here at Cypress College. Corey, Mark, Albert, as Feldhaus still at QB, gets the hike. She's looking over the middle, and she's got De La Torre covered and picked off by Maya McKenna. So Maya McKenna in perfect situation for that throw. And Mark, it did look like Feldhaus just threw the ball up for grabs.
Yeah, it really did. And again, we do have a slight breeze blowing out here. Remember how breeze does affect the ball. So quickly, IVC is out there. And Corey, when you were talking about spring, somebody's got spring in their step, which is this IVC team.
Elmar, Flagella, Harris on the left side. Chapel is looking to the left side to throw, and she waits for Harris. Two-handed flag tackle by Webb. But again, Chapel had all day to throw, sorry.
No, that's okay. I was just going to say, what you do is you run everybody deep, you clear the underneath, and all you have to do is get 3 yards, 4 yards of play, guys, and you're going to move down the field.
One more time to the left side. A little bit low, incomplete. Intended for Flagella.
25-6. Corey, it's real interesting because when I looked at some of these scores, I keep thinking, gee, the offenses must be so well. I keep forgetting that the defenses are just as good as the offenses are.
And they are. And you see both teams playing that defense, and Garcia with the rush. Looking over the middle is Chapel. All kinds of time, and that's almost picked off by Haas trying to. And there's a hold. And that hold goes against Cervantes. No, excuse me, McKenna.
Yeah, the arm came out, Corey. So normally you've got the arms on the back. The arm came out. And if there's anything that implies a tug, they throw the flag. Doesn't mean that a tug happened, but if it gets implied, because you can't block anybody. You can stand in front of the way I understand it, Albert. You can stand in front of somebody. You just can't physically attack them.
You can do a screen, you just can't touch them.
Cervantes with the snap. McKenna in the backfield. Looked like a false start. Elmar with the false start, and you want to thank Coach TJ Hinton from Golden West making that call. Mark Pavlovich, you make a lot of calls like that, and the officials listen to you.
Yeah. And then there's those ones that they make that you know what's nice about this game, though, Albert? There's not going to be an official taking 45 minutes to make up their mind.
And let's hope that never happens in this lovely sport of flag football. As Mia Lacey will punt the ball away, as they did announce their punt intention. Oh, there's my snap. And you can't rush on the punt. Good spiraling kick, and underneath it is Quinlan. She has it grounded at the 3-yard line. An excellent punt by Mia Lacey.
Can't rush them, but you can distract them. I mean, if Ryan Osborne would have been out there, I'd have thrown a bag of King Taco up and watched Ryan just shank the ball out of bounds.
Haas evades the rush and dumps it to Beisner. And two-handed grab by Harris, and that's number 2. She's got a touchdown reception in the first half. There's 8:58 to play.
You know, I have a great respect for Ryan Osborne, but dang, that was funny.
Makes me want that restaurant. And there's an offside encroachment. They were in the neutral zone. No, they call a false start against Golden West. Excuse me.
Yeah, and I was just going to ask you that, Corey. I mean, if the person hiking the ball does the little shimmy shake where they start to move the ball, stop, and then do it, do they call that? Well, thank you, officials, because we see that you do.
So Golden West going backwards on this drive. They held Irvine Valley for the first punt of the ball game. But the offense, they sit here at second down, need to get to the 24 first. And there's another rush, but they're not going anywhere. Almost caught by De La Torre. But she looked like she thought somebody was in front of her, another Golden West player, so she pulled her hands back.
Yeah, she was going to let it go the deeper route instead of just saying, hey, if it's towards me, I'm going to snag it, get the first down.
And no one was there, so third down. I got to get to the 20. Kate Ross is the snapper, the center. And looking to that far side, and again, just throwing it up for grabs, and they're going to call a pass interference. route impediment. And they're going to, wow. Excellent coverage by McKenna. At least we thought so.
Mm-hmm.
So good call by DeMar Bowe, the offensive coordinator for the Rustlers. TJ Fenton was calling for that as soon as the ball was in the air.
And I would have loved to have the coach by us here from Irvine Valley, because I would have said, okay, what was the reason behind it, so she could explain that you can't step in front of somebody, or.
And that is an automatic first down. They still need to get to the 20 to get another, and she throws it. Was she past the line of scrimmage? They say no. Bowe has it on the far side. McKenna with the grab.
Well, it's that old thing too, Corey. As long as you don't step technically over the line, your foot can be in the air. You can be past the marker, but it's not over the line till your foot touches the ground.
Would have liked to been on that side to see. Bad snap, and that's a handoff. Beisner has it up the middle, and she's got about 8 yards short of the 40. Second down.
So if you want to start working at this game, guys, I think one of the things you really want to learn to do is grab a hula hoop and make yourself have hips that are on swivels.
Failed Haas one more time, and that's grabbed by Sarah Johnson. And something that you would like more athletes to do. Take some dance classes.
I would, yes. I think it makes you agile. I think it makes you think on your moves, makes you steady on your feet.
Gongora in the middle. Johnson with the rush. And there's on the inside Marquez. And they get here where the flag is grabbed short of the 40. So it will be third down.
Interesting.
Fourth down, excuse me.
Interesting play, Corey, because what they do is they try to clear it out, and then they have a delay with the receiver right behind. Give defense a great deal of credit. They did not bite on the first initial move.
As Beisner, officials timeout, takes a knee, and she was injured earlier, right before the half. But that goes back to what you were talking about trust in the defense. They trusted, I'm going to let this person go because I know the other person's going to come to my zone, and they did just that.
And that's the interesting thing where you talked about it being a zone defense, because somebody let them run by, but the person that was in that zone, which you have talked about, is there to pick up the second person who tries to sneak through the back door.
So fourth down and to the 40 they need. So that's about a yard. And it'll be interesting to see. And the mark, they have both Samuel and Johnson up on the line. Only one can rush. Flagella also on the line. And they're playing pretty much a goal line style. And they rush two, actually, with two blockers. Nowhere to go to. And that's tapped away by Samuel. So, excuse me, you can rush two. Samuel did a great job of knocking that ball away because Beisner just slipped out and had a first down if the catch is made.
Yeah, and you really like watching Irvine Valley. They are a complete team.
25-6, they have the lead. 5:46 to play in the third period. Chapel back to throw it. Harris, Flagella on the near side. She's looking to the near side, and she's got Harris one more time, but Harris dropped it.
Saddleback on the field here, loosening up to our right for the game that's coming up here on Chargers Live.
And Mark Harris thought she was going for another 6. Failed Haas on the coverage on this near side. Gongora alone on the far side. They go over the middle, and then Cervantes makes the catch and a grounded ball. And it's dead right where it touches at the 39-yard line. So Cervantes makes a catch. She's the center, first grab of the game, and she was looking to throw back to, and I don't know who she thought was going to be behind her.
No, I didn't either. When I saw her turn, I thought.
So we've had a hook and ladder,
Yeah.
a hook, and a hook and an air ball. Okay. Chapel sets her feet, Good spiral down deep, and Kennedy Bowe is on the coverage. And nothing going for Helmar, who has a touchdown, and they're going to punt away.
Little surprised. I mean, you're up by 19 with 4:16 to go here in the third quarter. I thought maybe they would just sort of seal the deal and see if they could do it, but they are going to punt the ball away.
Mia Lacey out of Godinez High School. Quarterback, linebacker, punter. Gora will toss it with the right leg, and there is one. In the air, bounces once, and Quinlan on the bounce up the middle. And hands off to Webb and a reverse to the near side. Excellent play call, and De La Torre brings it all the way back almost to the 40. Excellent play call, Mark.
What you do, Corey, is you catch it and then you sort of stand there and put it on your hip. You're actually running the old fakes that quarterbacks used to. Then the person comes by and takes it from you because everybody thinks you're giving yourself up.
But it's interesting because Quinlan had it.
Yeah.
She handed it off to Webb, and it could have been an illegal forward lateral if she hands off facing forward. It
forward
should have
instead
forward
of the way she did backwards.
Yeah, instead of go running past her and then handing it backwards to her.
Yeah.
And then Webb gives it to De La Torre. Excellent play.
Yeah, because I really did. I think Irvine Valley went, okay, she's got it. She's giving herself up. Nobody grabbed the flag. She handed it off. Beautiful play by Golden West College.
And leaking out is Marquez. Feldhouse did a nice job. And they wanted to get Marquez for a flat guard flagella.
Yeah. Corey, the old thing with running with your, you played the game. How about a run with my arm barely moving so you can't get to my flag? I have no flexibility. I wasn't trying to stop you.
That's where you run like old Keely Brooks when he used to run track, just hands at the hips. Feldhaus looking left, dumps it, gets away one more time. It is Marquez.
Marquez has become very impressive on this drive because she runs straight up the field.
Another first down, and she's had to because nothing down the field has been working for the Rustlers today. First down and goal. Villegas shifts to the left side. They're looking to the left. Bowe coming over the middle. She was open, but they clear the left side. Feldhaus was just waiting, simply waiting for that to happen. McKenna brings her down at about the 8.
You know what's good about Fieldhouse as a quarterback, Corey? When she decides to run, she decides to run and runs.
And there's too many players on the field for Irvine Valley, and the ball is completed to Bowe. So they tried to rush on and rush off. So it's second down. Do you want to do that over, or do you want to move it forward? So they're going to simply move it forward, and we'll see if it reverts back to first down or stays at second. It's going to stay at second down, second and goal. Ball at the 3. Feldhaus snaps. One rusher gives her room to run, closed off by Gongora. She gets the sideline, and she is down at the 1, or they say 6. They say 6. Ball was across the goal line, they say, when the flag was grabbed. And it's 25-12 in the third period. .120 in the third, and they're going for 2. So they back it up to the 10. With the high left, thought about Bowe. And there is in 2-point conversion. Completion to De La Torre, making it 25-14, and Irvine Valley wanted a block called on Beisner. Did you see it?
Yes. Yeah, there actually was the physical contact of going upwards and forward into the defender.
So, Mark, it's 25-14, 120. Does Golden West have a little bit of momentum?
Yeah, you felt like Irvine Valley had complete control in this game.
Golden West playing a zone, and Johnson does a little hip thrust to evade a snatch, and Haas grabs her right before it gets to the 20 or past the 20. So it'll be first down at the 21. And you said Irvine Valley had a chance to put them away. They didn't. Let's see what they do here with under a minute to play in the third quarter. Looking again one more time, and Harris brought down by De La Torre. Second down.
Great back shoulder pass, Corey. That's exactly what that was. She goes down, she turns, the ball is thrown to the outside shoulder, and the flag is, and they felt that the defender grabbed her before the ball was thrown.
So flag thrown, Irvine Valley sideline warning because of their little loud talking, because they don't agree that that should have been called as well. They didn't like the one Albert was called earlier on Irvine Valley that maybe was a little iffy. Snap one more time, looking right side. And one more time is Helmar. That's going to be her 5th reception of the game, unofficially. She's got 1 touchdown reception of 14 yards. That score made it 12-0 in the first. Make it the second period. Timeout, Golden West. TJ Fenton wants to talk it over with 6 seconds to play in the third. Don't forget, one more coming up here on Sportsnet USA and Chargers Live. That's between the visiting Cypress Chargers against the visiting Saddleback Bobcats. I was going to call it the Cypress Bobcats and the Saddleback Chargers, Mark.
There we go. Well, and I have to bring up the sideline warning against IVC. The head coach had told their players more than once when they were complaining about stuff. If you watch her, she said, knock it off. Because she knew that the officials were eventually going to turn around and say, hey, I've heard enough. This is almost like, these officials are like water polo officials that, if you scream at a water polo official, there's the gate. Even though it's supposed to be a polite game of water polo.
Please, Mark.
Thank you.
I don't think there's ever been a polite game of water polo ever played. Albert?
Water polo may look nice and clean, but underneath the surface, it is one of the most violent sports you will ever see.
Gongora and Helmar on the far side. Near side is Harris and Flagella. And to the right side, Gongora, who caught the first touchdown of the game, gets her 3rd reception. And that should end and does end the third quarter of play. Irvine Valley 25, Golden West 14. Moving to the 4th, this is Orange Empire Conference Flag Football on SportsNetUSA.net.
Well, another great afternoon here at Cypress College, and to everybody that we know, Brad Pickler, Wes, Scott Pickler, Coach B, Coach Al Haddaf. We have just want to say thank you for having us back once again. And Corey, I'm really enjoying flag football. I just find it's a quick game. One thing you've always said about games, let's get in and out.
Yes.
And Albert, you brought up water polo. Corey enjoys water polo because guess what?
In and out.
In and out.
Water polo and flag football are fast becoming my favorite sports. And speaking of Scott Pickler, Mark, he got a chance to be the bench coach with his son at Colorado Rockies, for the Colorado Rockies. So excellent story there.
Scott and Brad are some of the nicest individuals you
Mark,
could meet.
I'm going to call it here. The best baseball, softball coaching brother combination in community college history.
You got it. And if Corey Neyland tells me that, I don't argue the point.
And I could say
The
college
nation.
history,
Okay.
not just community college, but up that a notch, drop it down a notch, any level. We await your emails. Here we go. It's over the middle, underthrew Flagella. Luckily underthrew Flagella because De La Torre was closing hard. A perfect throw, intercepted. Chapel still the quarterback. Cervantes the snap, looking over the middle one more time, and that one's intercepted by Amari Webb. Good grab by number 19, and she's rolling. Emily Harris cuts her off right across the 40. So the Rustlers in business.
What do you do if you're a linebacker? You undercut a receiver on a crossing pattern. If the quarterback doesn't throw it high, you are in the line of sight, and Albert Robles, you better be able to catch the football when it gets thrown at you.
So Irvine on defense. Harris, Johnston, Barraza up front. Gongora in the middle. Haas, QB, K. Ross, the center. And there's over the middle to Ross. Tackled by Gongora. And when they started moving in the first half, Mark, it was Ross who really got them going.
Yeah. And once again, little delays that come out with the backfield.
Marquez in the slot. They got her, and she's not gonna be stopped until they get her to the 5. And again, she slipped through about the 20 mark, and she kept on going. Good quick release and find.
Guys, this is just so amazing because I feel like this entire game has been Irvine Valley.
And it has 10:36 to play in the fourth, but the Rustlers making a move. Haas one more time, and she's in there for 6. And again, nifty movements, 25-20.
And Corey, it's just, you sit there and you think, okay. I mean, you look at Golden West, 4-4, 0-1 in conference right now against a good Irvine Valley team at 9-2, 0-1 in conference.
Rolling, looking, out of bounds. Great defense in the end zone by Irvine Valley because she rolled to the right mark, kept rolling, got off at the wrong exit.
Yeah, it really was. It was great coverage, but I tell you, I'm dumbfounded because Albert, I thought this game might be over at halftime. And give it to the Rustlers. I mean, Rashawn Haylock, you need to be here, baby.
No one can say touchdown Rustlers like the franchise, and that is deflected, brought down by Feldhaus. Intended receiver was Helmar. So the far side moving left to right, and white in the blue numbers. Irvine Valley, Harris and Flagella on that far side. Helmar on the near with Gongora. They're looking the far side, and that is almost picked. No flag grabbed, and there is Flagella. Gets by 1, gets by 2. Brought down by the third flag grabber, and that was Quinlan. No, that was Meta. And it'll be first down. And I like this streamlined game, Mark, a little bit more than when we used to play it. Over the middle, Helmar, nifty catch, a lateral. Harris on the far sideline, stepped out of bounds. Flag grabbed as well. So I like the laterals.
Mm-hmm.
And plus this game is more, I'm not going to say more exciting, but just as exciting, but it's creative. A little bit more creative because you have those options to be creative on the outside.
Yeah, and it makes it a quicker game. There's less people out there. And the fact that neither team, I don't think the offense has an advantage over the defense. I find it's a very even game.
Looks left, looks right. Down low, duck, caught. Gongora pulling of the shorts. Flag is thrown. Flag is grabbed. First down by Gongora.
And the flag's coming because she gets held up by the uniform. Then you grab the flag.
And Gongora paid it no mind. Marisol, sophomore from Mission Bay High School. Play call as Irvine Valley looks with the 5-point lead. First and goal with 3:46 to go in the game. Looking left, nothing over the middle. Runs by Webb and over to the safety valve, and McKenna gets a couple. Chapel, not the running threat, Albert, that Feldhaus is. So Mari Webb, who had that interception of Irvine Valley's last offensive possession. Irvine Valley looking to get to a comfortable lead. They've got the lead now. Quick toss, Flagella, and there's another hold. And that's De La Torre with the hold. Grab the flag by Webb, but Mark, if you're a coach, Albert, if you're a coach, do you mind the hold?
No.
Okay.
No.
And we're going to have to look in the rule book to see if they hold on purpose, it's got to be called an intentional foul, but we're going to have to double check that in the rule book. So it'll be second and goal. About 3 yards away. Over the middle, safety valve, McKenna has the angles, stretches out, and they're going to say third down. She stretched at the end. Feldhaus drops the flag on the ground. Third and goal, one away. .720. Nice evening, getting to be evening, and here's a direct snap, and that should be 6. And Mark, it's interesting on that call, late touchdown call, because everybody was confused on the direct snap.
Mm-hmm.
Chapel looks right, throws right, and knocked away at the last second by Feldhaus. But the score is going to remain Irvine Valley 31, Golden West 20. This is Orange Empire Conference Flag Football on SportsNetUSA.net. 7:13 to play in the ball game. Don't forget, Cypress on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net is going to host Saddleback. 2 top 20 ball clubs, 2 top 10 ball clubs, whichever rankings you're looking at. And there's a few more rankings out there that the more games we'll do, we'll try to get you all of them. 31-20 fakes a handoff. Feldhaus keeps it. And Gongora is having an outstanding game, Mark. At the linebacker position, that's 7 snatches, 1 touchdown, 4 catches.
Yeah, both sides of the ball, she's playing well. This is somebody who plays the game with her head up and understands how it's played.
And quiet has been Kennedy Bowe, and there's a hold by McKenna. And I believe that's the first catch by Kennedy Bowe today.
Yeah, I haven't heard you really mention her name. I thought she'd be much more active in this game.
Yeah, the one game that they do have stats for, we said 38 pass yards, 70 yards rushing. She also played a little QB earlier this season. Sage Samuel will be the rush. And scoreboard is off. Haas keeps it and throws it before she passes the line of scrimmage to Bo, and that's her second consecutive catch. Flag thrown down out of bounds by McKenna. McKenna's got about 8 grabs today. As the scoreboard is off. Said it wants to take a break just as things are heating up on the field. Marquez and Villegas is on the far side. Bo and De La Torre on the near side. So if they get the clock back up, it should be about 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
No.
A little
It
bit
was
more.
6:15 when it went off.
Oh, 6:15 when it went off? Okay,
Yeah.
so 6 minutes. So about 6 minutes to play, and they're going to keep time on the field. So timeout on the field, first down. The goal, the line to get is the 20 for another first. About 35 yards away from 6.
Which one of the officials kicked the plug out of the scoreboard?
I don't know.
You know what? I think it's Albert. He overloaded the board, so we shorted Michelle out today. Hey, we didn't get shorted out. We shorted her out.
You know, I used to like that running clock. They need to run it. Because somebody forgot to bring snacks, Mark. And it's been an outstanding game thus far.
Thought about that too. Thought, man, I could sure use some licorice right about now.
Or a burger. You know, that's a snack. No
Or a burger. That's true.
So
That's
we
true.
sit here in the fourth. Scoring summary in the first quarter. Chapel to Gongora from 20.
Oh, there goes our power. And it's back. Okay.
What the hell? We're back. Somebody's playing with the plug. Somebody's got to be playing with the plug back there.
Oh, yeah, that was Wes trying to figure out the. Okay, so we're back in action, maybe, with Ross the center, Beisner the up back, Haas still the center, triplets on the right side, Villegas, De La Torre, and Marquez. Single one-on-one is Bo. She's working on McKenna on the outside, Barraza on the inside, who's got a 68-yard touchdown or interception return for a touchdown. Gongora, Samuel. Then moving on to the far side of the field is Johnston. No, that's Helmar, number 23. Flagella and Harris. Those are the players on the field. Just making sure I can. 6 minutes left.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say about 6:05.
No, we're going to go 6.
Are we?
Speed it up. 31-21 is your score. Irvine Valley with the lead. So back to the scoring. 7:46 in the second. Chapel to Helmar. Then Golden West gets on the board with Fieldhouse TD run. From a few yards out, made it 12-6 with 2:03 in the second. Chapel to Harris, a 66-yard touchdown pass. Made it 18-6. Barraza to end the half had a 66-yard touchdown on an interception return, making it 25-6. And Mark Pavlovich and a lot of people thought it was all over. Haas fakes the run, dumps it. Ross is there. Gongora with an emphatic grab.
Yeah, nobody was fooled by IBC, Corey. They've run that so many times. And right about now, I want to say to somebody, hey, you know what? Just take off in a jet pattern, and I'm going to throw it as deep as I can.
There's a little hook pattern, and Bo brought down by McKenna. Short of the first.
Yeah, and again, you talked about how versatile she is as a player, and she's getting involved so late in this game, which is just sort of surprising.
Her third catch all in the fourth quarter. Haas thought about running one more time. On the right side, no one is open, so she keeps on trucking. and picks the first down. Past the 20, it'll be first and goal. Haas one more time, gonna run it. That's been their most effective play in Gongora, a no-look tackle, backhanded style.
Yeah. It really has, because every time they're in trouble, they've gone that direction.
Officially, that's 8 grabs for Gongora. Haas looking left, almost sacked, and Beisner is there to bail her out. Gongora misses it at the 10, brought down by Flagella at the, call it the 4. Make it the 3.
You can try the 2 if you want to.
Okay, make it the 2. Third down, left side. De La Torre outstretched, touchdown, Rustlers. And it is now 31-26. So just when you thought it was over, what you say? It's never over.
It's never over till it's over.
De La Torre, that's her 4th catch.
So this is interesting. They are going just for the 1 single point because you can't kick a field goal to tie the game. So if you get within 3, it doesn't really matter.
And there are no 3-point plays, so no 3-point arcs. Haas looking left, running left. Barraza giving chase, gets to this end zone. The pylon is knocked down, and that is a 1. So 31-27, and Golden West knocking on the door. So we've got about 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
And Irvine Valley needs a score.
They do. Yeah, I think if GWC.
And it is now 4th down, and here is where you have to see a punt.
Oh, yeah.
So 31-27. We're going to say 3 minutes.
At least. Yeah. I'm going to say 3:35.
3:13.
I was close. I said 3:35.
Closest without going over.
Oh.
And let's see if Golden West has any more trickery on a punt return.
They've got 3 deep backs scoring. And we've already seen the delayed handoff. So unlike you, if I'm IVC, you go down your lanes and you stay there.
Left to right is Feldhaus, Quinlan, and Bow. The up person is Webb. So we'll see. Lacey spiraling kick, bounces once, twice. Here's Bow. Doesn't hand off this time, and Gongora is there. Again, it's interesting because the rule book states they cannot hand that ball off moving forward.
Mm-hmm. And I was a little surprised that they actually let the ball hit the ground. I thought somebody would come up, try to catch it on the dead run.
Okay. 2:01, they say, Mark. 2:01.
Wow.
We were both off.
Yeah.
And there's a flag grabbed. And second down, didn't get to the 40. So the 2-minute warning with 1:54 remaining on the clock. I say 1:55, so I gotta up my second. So 1:55 remaining in this ball game. It was all Irvine Valley for the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and they get to the fourth quarter and said Golden West said we're kind of playing, aren't we? Or we're still in the game. There's still time left.
Yeah, I mean, Corey, I actually did. Again, I'm going to go back when Albert and I were talking. We both sort of looked at each other and said, fun first half, that's it. And give it to everybody from Golden West College realizing a little tougher defense. We find an opening. And I don't know, IVC just those short, little quick passes that were 5-yarders, 6-yarders that were working, that sidearm pass that would come out, boom, boom. And it's gone away in the second half.
So Haas, who's had a tremendous second half running, opening up the passing game. She gets the snap, looks it into her hands, thought about left, throws left still. De La Torre steps out of bounds with the first down.
That was a missile. That was one of those passes I've talked about that nobody's thrown on a line drive. She did. She came down, zung it.
To the right side this time, and Marquez over the middle.
And you watch Fieldhouse again. If anybody can see this on the camera, watch her arm motion when she throws the football.
And this time she's going to take off running, fakes out Barraza on the left side, but cannot get past McKenna, who has 10 grabs today.
I went down and was catching everybody on the bench.
One more time to the left side. De La Torre doesn't get out of bounds this time, but she does get the first down.
Corey, that was a heck of a catch.
Feldhouse to the right, has room, gets to the outside, spins. Harris there, saves a touchdown. And seconds. We don't know how many, but Feldhouse has the opportunity on the right side. 1 on none. She's got the corner. She's grabbed down right before the end zone by Harris. And there's a timeout taken by Golden West. And we're going to see just how many seconds are left on this clock.
28?
28.
That's what I just heard then, but I don't know if that's right. So 28 seconds are left. And again, kudos to Golden West College for doing what they've done. Mr. Neyland, it's the difference between two halves. And Albert, I'm going to look at you. You and I both thought this game was over, but Golden West College really picked up their defense. I mean, and realized Irvine Valley got 2 of those touchdowns on picks.
Yeah, and like I guess like you said, Mark, it seemed as if Irvine Valley was going to take this one by the end of the halftime. It was all lasers all game, but Golden West in the second half, their offense came to play.
Golden West 4-4 coming into the matchup. Irvine Valley 9-2. Schools play next on March 26th. There's Feldhouse looking to run one more time. She's not going to throw the ball. She's grabbed down before the goal line. No, they say inside the goal. Touchdown, Golden West. So it is now
33-31.
And here's what makes this game so much fun. No field goal chance. So you got to, when you get the ball back, you better be able to get 6 within about 18 seconds.
So up by 2, Feldhouse takes a knee because they don't want the opportunity to throw it in another interception return. So I think they said 22 seconds remaining. Enough for at least 2 plays for Irvine Valley.
Well, the star for in this entire game, Corey, I'm going to go with Fieldhouse because her running has been the difference in this game.
There's the lateral to Harris. She steps out of bounds. (33-31). Golden West with the lead.
15 seconds left.
See if Irvine Valley has any magic up their sleeves. Seems to be that they're special. Seems to be that little lateral back.
And their fastest player on the field is Emily Harris. Flagella might have the best hands. And they're looking to that far side. Gongora on the near side makes the catch, steps out of bounds with 8 seconds. So they say 7 seconds. Conceivably 2 plays, most likely 1.
Yeah. Defensive backs deep.
Over the middle, and that is going to be intercepted by Kennedy Bowe, and that is the ball game. Golden West is going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory as they were down 25-6. Start the third quarter, and they take this ball game 33-31 over Irvine Valley. Don't forget, Cypress hosting Saddleback. That's going to be on Chargers Live and SportsNetUSA.net. So once again, for Albert, Mark, and me, you've been watching Orange Empire Conference Flag Football on SportsNetUSA.net.